Yeah, I'm in a bit of traffic, and my mind wanders as it does to things, and yeah, the speaker's corner effect. I'm still mulling over what that all meant and what that was all about. I mean, let me focus on you by saying, go on. There's this program that you have to get around quickly. Traffic works because most people want to get where they want to get. Isn't that so? I've had a few nice comments on my... I've had lots of nice comments on my YouTube activity, and I'm grateful for those. I'm grateful that people watch even if they don't feel compelled to comment. Not everyone can or wants to. Some people don't always have to agree and don't want to have to say that either. It's fine. It's nice to know that other guys and girls, people are resonating or having similar thoughts or having, similar cogitations about the nature of things, the nature of our world and our place in it and our proper responsibilities and so on. I'm driving past an old building that actually of the Tartarian kind of thing. Oh my lord, I didn't even set this up, but there's windows at ground level. I'm going past windows at ground level. I'm not trying to film any person here, just simply the building. Oh, more word. You could not make this shit up, man. Yeah, I'm how about that? Just like that. There's a mud flood building. Some people don't like it if you say Tartaria. I'm not absolutely rock solid that it has to be Tartaria, but I do think that when you say to people in the park that... I'll close this window, it's a bit noisy. When you say to people in the park that, they come at you with, but mankind has always been violent, or always this in history or that, and I'm like, but we're coming at things from a very different perspective now, brother. I can't argue the nuance of a history that I think is fundamentally flawed. If I came and gave evidence in your court and 5 or 6 parts of the evidence that I gave were found to be glaring deceptions, why would you continue arguing over the rest of my defense? And this is the problem people are at. I was talking with Andrea about it this morning or last night. People are so far away from, and other people have said the same thing, and was it Caroline who said it really well in one of the comments. We are in a different paradigm of thought when you know that wave theory or wave reality makes a lot more sense than the particle stuff. So why would you continue arguing over the bits of particle when you think that the whole thing has been hoaxed, and that when the scientists, the clever scientists at CERN read their machines, it's only the machine saying beep, I've received a certain set of criteria that have been, that have been met, such that I will give you the answer you're looking for. But those machines were coded by people looking to create an answer to those very conundra that they'd set themselves, to do with how an atom works and how there's so much space in between the nucleus and the atom and the electron spinning around it and so on, and how these things come to form in the first instance. And that's why they're smashing particles together, as they say. They smash particles together, no one can see it, a computer takes a readout of what's happened. The magic trick becomes so clear when you've been looking at this for a little while. And this is where I kind of wonder where we can't actually steal a little bit of a kind of an advantage in the way that we present ourselves actively in the community of the deaf and the hard of hearing, and the partially totally blind. This is where we can kind of maybe make some inroads, is in the areas where it's like, okay, well, we're not going to get in your pit. You're actually we're changing the kind of, we're having a new sort of space that isn't any of these pits that these guys at Speaker's Corner inhabit. Because when I kept batting this guy away with, look, there's no, this history that you're trying to get me to accept is a belief system. So why when you accept that I don't have to accept your religious belief system, can you not accept that I don't have to accept your academia or your academic intelligentsia's belief system, which is only consensus. And the history in this country is told differently to the history in another country. So, why would you put so much emphasis on that as a certainty and as a kind of, this is who we are, whether it be, the Muslims, or whether it be the Christians, or whether it just be, the agnostic humans in general. This is who we are, violent, killing, blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't accept that history anymore. Tartaria is another important clue. Mud flood is another important clue. On their own, they don't answer all the questions. Oh, where is I was really hoping for the security staff this morning, because I really love being grilled here. It says, wait here for instructions. And I've had guys tell me I can't come in because I don't have my paperwork in order. How? Morning. Yeah. And this morning I'm just getting waved through. And other times it's like, you haven't got your paperwork, it'll cost you £20. And I'm not. The last guy who did it, he said, I am from a communist country, because I said to him how this is becoming, I am from a communist country. And I'm like, well, then this must feel like home to you, right? I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. That's the interesting thing, is that even guys who hate this system, black, white, Muslim, Jew, whatever they are, everyone who hates the system still votes for the system when they say, but I accept their version of history, in the main as is consensus. And they don't realize, look, this is one of the things they say all the time. You think that everybody's in this growing conspiracy? When it's like, no. Remember, the guys who became the professor at university are generally like the nerds who kind of went along with what they were told, and they were given 100 books to read, and those 100 books gave them a total spectrum. But only a spectrum, just as in with a light, we only see a portion. That spectrum is only a portion. And in fact, as I was trying to make clear, that really, now that we see Tartaria and Mudflood, we realize that if it's only a few hundred years that they had to be printing, that they got the opportunity to say, right, we're having a brainwash, we're having a washout, and we'll bring the printing press back. So every book, no matter how ancient they make it look, has the potential to being created by the people who have developed the most intricate web, such that the most intelligent minds, and this is not because I do not decry the minds of those who became the professor or those who became indoctrinated as doctors, but they created a veil of interpretation that was seen. I mean, just my personal example of seeing it in South Africa, how intelligent minds were swayed to believe certain things, white South Africans, black South Africans. And you see it all over the place. And as I said in the park, and I'm sure I've said a few American Jews, when I said, the Jews also think that they're the special ones. And I was brought up to believe that too. But again, that's poppycock. There are no special ones other than all of us. We're all special. And if you think otherwise, your mind is lost to this idea that you're either higher or lower than someone, some other one else. So, we are all the creator. I think we are all Allah. We're all the Most High. This woman's not coming in here, is she? No, she's not. This isn't actually a space. Wow. She's just rammed herself in here. Oh well. So be it. Hopefully they don't get testy with me sitting here, because I tell you what, this place, this is the one of the local dumps, and it has become like a. If you take something back out of the skip, they'll jump on you and take it back off you. They'll say, "Oh no, that already belongs to someone else now. It's been left by them." And, once or twice I tried to recycle a bit of metal out of here and put it into a bit of woodwork that I was doing. No, they'll jump on you for that. And we have so many Agent Smiths now willing to just work for the system and do the system's bidding, because this is what we raise our children to believe, is that there is nothing but this system. We must work for this system and make this system somehow better. And it's all corporations, all dead entities. You all will have heard this before. The corporation means the dead speaking, corpse oration, the talking dead. And that's what we prepare our children for. A life of servitude within the talking dead, or giving the dead life above humanity, above nature. So ultimately, you don't want to get drawn into people's squabbles over, religious doctrine and nuance over this version of historical thing and this person's responsibility for that version of a history. We don't want that. And that's what we've got to sidestep in you get people's attention with flat earth, make no mistake. I think that I can't see at the moment, talking on a platform that's not flat earth without really getting people's attention. They go, shit, I know about that. You can talk about divinity, you can talk about the banking scam, the whole debt-based scamming of humanity's energy, and the need to create even, these institutions rather than just empowering people to have access to what they need. It's competition. It's for scarcity-based control system. And these guys dislike the system very much, and are either lefties or right wings or whatever, but they're all of them flapping their wings for the bird of control. And and they do that often out of machismo, out of like a sense of my team. We need to show a different way. We need to show that we men and women are good human beings. We do not need books. We do not need teachers we need teachers, of course we need teachers, but we do not need dogma. We simply need nature and our inner standing of our divine self. And so in time, humanity will raise again, or this Christ experience or this Mohammedan experience or Buddhistic experience can be remembered once more, on this plane, or in this plane of existence. And it's not bad news. It's not angry news, because it is what it is. We are meant to go through these cycles of breakdown and and then rebuilding. And now, yeah, we've turned waste into a huge business just because we create so much crap, and we're so sort of busy gathering stuff. So, and I'm guilty of that too. I've never been excessive in my gathering of things, but I have hoarded things and had things that I don't need, and I'm also simplifying my life and improving my output and input. And I encourage my brothers and sisters to continue to do the same. And in that way, love for one another will flourish, and love for nature perhaps will return. But for now, we are definitely much more in love with technology, much more in love with our rubber-soled shoes and our pristine, clean homes and wall-to-wall entertainment. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I hope you have a beautiful day. I should say thanks for stopping by. Whoever's in the chat, can I see? I don't know if anyone's even chatted. Oh, that's cool.